We are back on the road, baby. First couple of nights on the road after getting this thing tinted have been so much better than the old fishbowl that it used to be. Anyways, we are right below Lone Pine, California. It's a couple hundred miles away from home, and I'm headed into town, hopefully to get some food and then go to a very special location for tonight's camp spot. So let's get going. So if you've ever been to Lone Pine, you know it is the epitome of a small town. And while traveling on the road over this past year, there's one thing I've learned about small towns is that the food usually is not great. But in small towns like this, one of the best things you can possibly get, for the most part, usually, is steak. I think this is mainly just because the surrounding areas usually have farms and cows, you know, that kind of deal. So meat is probably one of the easier things to source. Since these places are in the middle of nowhere, it costs a lot to ship everything in. So I am on the hunt to find the best piece of meat in Lone Pine and then go to an awesome campsite and cook it up. Which honestly, in a town like Lone Pine, they usually have one, maybe two places you can buy groceries, but there's probably only gonna be one actual place I can buy a good slice of meat, so we'll see. I still actually need to find a grocery store. I haven't looked it up yet. Let's see what we got. So I'm just gonna type in grocery store to Google Maps here. Yeah, we have Lone Pine Market and Lancheria de Tacos with no reviews and no pictures. So yeah, like I suspected, we have one actual place to buy food. Sometimes the fruit is good in these little small towns actually. Again, I think because of the local farms or whatnot. But usually your best bet for an actual meal is meat. So yeah, Lone Pine Market, very creative name. Here we come. Can I do one of the ribeyes, please? Great, thank you. Yeah, this market does not have much. Ah, there you go. $8 strawberries. Not have a small amount of butter. Okay, there we go. There we go.
You have a good one.
Great, thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm actually kind of ill-prepared for this trip. I left my cooler in Northern California and now I'm in Southern California, so I can only buy so much food at a time before it spoils. Here are food, a little bit of water. We're headed to camp. No, you're kidding. The road that goes there is closed? What? What are we doing? Oh, I checked beforehand as well. We've been having crazy weather here, so I checked. I was like, oh, maybe it's closed because a lot of it's dirt roads. But what the heck? I wonder if it's just temporary. It looks like they're doing stuff up there. Wow, that blows. All right. There's a whole bunch of people here turning around. Seems like everyone else is just as surprised as I am. I wonder if like a boulder fell down on the road or something. I promise you guys, as you can see, the view over there is amazing. I promise it would have been a good video. Okay, it looks like we can actually go around and avoid this road and just go through the mountains. So see if we can do that. Oh, what? They have an HHR panel van? Those are so rare. That's dope. Wow. This road might be even cooler. See on the roads though, just how much flooding there's been recently. All the dirt's washed out into the road. These piles of dirt on the road are from them actually plowing the dirt off of the pavement. Yeah, there was clearly a ton of rain that came through here. Oh, is that a mine shaft back there? Whoa, that's totally a mine shaft. Crawl up on this bad boy. Oh, oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that. That is 100% a mine shaft. Wow, this is kind of funky up here. Oh, whoa. Well, that's super creepy. Maybe it was like the start of a mine shaft or something, because this was definitely, it looks like it was hand dug. Oh yeah, look at this. I don't know if that's what that is, but maybe that's the lines of people scraping stone out. All right, well, not a full mine shaft, but still pretty cool. All right. I think this road that I'm currently on actually leads to where I was trying to go, so it's just a little bit of a detour. So, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, so the road I just left is closed as well, so we'll see. I don't know. Maybe all the roads around here are closed now. All right, we're coming up on the last entrance to where I'm trying to go. To the right over here, and considering there's a detour sign, I'm gonna say it's closed, maybe? No? All right, there's no close sign, so I'm gonna go right. Here we go. Look at that view. Woo! It's looking like I'm allowed to go around this way. I don't know why the other entrances were closed, but that one didn't have a road closed sign on it, so yeah, let's go. Look at this view. Woo! You absolute piece of shit. All right, well, I don't know why they didn't put the road closed sign on the end of the road instead of like in the middle right there, but whatever. Oh man, I have failed. Now I guess it's just on the hunt for a campsite that I wasn't planning on. So it looks like I might be able to sneak off into the mountains on this little side road, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll see. Up on into the mountains we go. This road is very bumpy. Sounds like I'm driving in a paint can. Looks like as good a place as any to camp out. Now, I'm not actually sure if this part of the campsite is open. I can see trucks and campers over there, but even the road doesn't have like recent tire marks on it, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be here, but I guess we'll find out. I'm very glad I was able to find an actual spot though. Driving all that way to get here and then seeing the road closed sign kind of sucked. But hey, got a little bit of good off-roading in, and I get to explore part of Alabama Hills that I've never seen before. Which, I mean, just, does it get better than this? If that little off-roady bit of the video looks short, it wasn't. It was like 3 hours. I had to go all the way up to like the base of the mountain, and then I came all the way back down going like 2-3 miles an hour. So it is time to eat. Now, the most important part to making a steak is already done, and that is letting it actually sit and come to room temperature. Of course, that's already done because I don't have anything to bring it below room temperature. Oh, the sun just went behind the mountains. Then while the pan is heating up, I'm going to season with just salt and pepper. If you add anything more than that, you are f***ing it up. Boom. Get both sides. Man, it is pretty out here. Then we will throw it onto a hot pan. The second that sun went down, it got chilly out here. All right. Come on, baby. The store only had like absurd quantities of butter for sale. I couldn't just buy a little thing. So we're raw dogging the steak today. I just appreciate the light coming over the mountain right there. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh, now take her off and let her rest. Some people say 5 minutes, some people say 10. I just think as long as you give it a second to settle down, you're good to go. Now, many people associate steak with fancy dinners and all that kind of deal, very proper. Not the way to do it. Very big misconception. Steak is not a fork and knife kind of meal. Oh, look at that fat cap. Oh, yes, please. Steak is a finger food, like chicken wings and pizza. It is not a proper fancy meal. They just think that because it's kind of expensive, but it's not. Cut it up into little tiny strips against the grain, and you eat them with your fingers, not a fork. Oh, look how easy that's slicing. It's so tender. Like I said, these little small towns, they got good steak. Not much else, but they got good steak. Look at that. Perfect finger food that's absolutely delicious. God damn. Oh, that took like 8 minutes. Let's go. That's a pretty good medium rare. Not ashamed of that. Maybe medium.
Got the loop to yourself.
Looks like it. Okay. Time to clean up. Get a little strawberry dessert. Oh, those are fantastic. What do I say? Meat and fruit. The sandwiches at that store look like you'd probably die if you ate them, but the meat and the fruit, great. I did check. That was the ribeye, and that was the most expensive meat that I could find inside the town. I did a little bit more research for like butcher shops and stuff. Don't exist. There's not a thing here. I think it came out to like 20-something for the steak. No Wagyu, but it was still a really good steak. And for a meal, I guess that's kind of expensive. Now, this thing, the Vanagon, did absolutely amazing today. Did a little bit more rock crawling than I usually did. Nothing crazy, not like actual rock crawling, but there was a bunch of rocks and ruts and stuff in it. Went right over them, no problem. This thing has proven to be quite the beast of a brick. And while I've been road tripping it, at least once a day someone comes up to me and asks about it. And it's like, oh, I had an old Vanagon back in the day or something like that. I heard about it before, but whenever you get one of these, it definitely opens you up to a whole new community of people. That being said, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my night. It will probably consist of a book for my own thoughts, because there's no service out here. We're in the middle of goddamn nowhere. But it's gonna be fun. Nothing really better than camping in a place like this. Oh god, it's starting to rain. The freaking last time I went camping in this thing, it started to rain as well. Who would have thought? Wintertime starts raining? Crazy. Oh baby, come on, come on. Alrighty, I have a quick five and a half hour drive today down to Southern California, good old Palm Springs area. Yeah, we successfully found it was technically the most expensive steak in an incredibly small town, the small town of Lone Pine. Went on a little adventure to actually find a camping spot because they closed the main road around here, the coolest, the movie road, the one you get all the shots on. I'll get over it someday. Yeah, I think that's pretty successful. Well, doesn't look like my speakers work anymore. Alright. This has always fit nice, and then it just doesn't have any resistance anymore. What? Alright. Too bad I'm not a good singer. Ba-da-ba-da-boo. Ba-da-ba-da-boo. Ba-da-ba.